All right, welcome everybody to MYE 3.0 day 2. We are so excited to have all of you here. Kindly remain seated as we get others on board. One of our speakers is already in the house. Welcome Gladys, welcome Adiola, welcome Casey. Yes, I can see your comments. Welcome, everybody. I believe, okay, I don't want to believe, but Nigeria is really after good things because I don't understand why power was suddenly ceased. The generator is not coming on. And I'm like, that one will not stop this one because we are in for a ride of a lifetime this evening. Just give me a few more minutes to let others in, and then we'll begin right away. Okay. How many of you were here yesterday? If you were here yesterday, signify in the comment section. If you were here yesterday, oh, Gladys says she was here yesterday. Beautiful. Who else was here yesterday? I know some people joined from Facebook. They are currently not on the Zoom call, but that's fine. Hadiola, were you here yesterday? AJ, were you here yesterday? Trying to stream to Olatunde Precious, welcome. I can see Adewumi Adebowale, welcome. Welcome. I can see one of our speakers as well, Dr. Amali Josh. Welcome, welcome, everybody. A few more minutes and we'll begin. We're trying to get everybody on board, and then we'll begin right away. Kindly relax. Okay, Adela says she was here yesterday. How was it? How was it for you, Gladys? How was it for you, Adela? Too much. Katnare, welcome. Trenches is not after you today. Oh, okay. So right about now, we are also live, streaming live on Facebook at Captain's Evolution. Please, you can take a moment to share with your people, your friends. One of the things we learned yesterday is growing with your community, growing with your people. And interestingly, we're going to discuss that in depth today with one of our speakers. I'm sure it's going to be a very, very, very interesting session for you. Um, but before then, kindly share with your community. Please share with your community. We are live on Facebook and we are live here on Zoom. Let me confirm how many of our speakers are here. Gladys says she wants to read Atomic Habits. Adiola says yesterday's session was very insightful. Not to worry if you were not here yesterday. The recording for yesterday and today will be available shortly after today's session. Gladys, you should read Atomic Habits. 100%, that book will change your life. And many other persons haven't read the book. Please go and read that book. Woo! Okay, we have 3 more minutes and we'll begin fully. Let me play you a song, the song that we enjoyed yesterday. Taya, I can see you. Welcome. Okay, so we have three of our speakers now inside the conference room. We have the KC Factor, we have Dr. Amali Josh, we have Dr. Nen Zaka. We have yes, we have the three of them now on board. We are left with two of them and they will join in right away. KC Factor, we know you are here. We acknowledge that you are here. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. I know you've been you've been signed in almost 10 minutes before, and we truly appreciate what you're about to share with us. Okay. All right. We are beginning right away. Kindly confirm that you can all hear me loud and clear. All right. Welcome, Melinda. I can see that you joined us also. And then every other person that joined us from Facebook, thank you so much. It was a very insightful session yesterday. It was a banger, back to back. And we are sure to have another very awesome session this evening with 5 panelists talking to us on the pivotal role of 5 different areas of life. If you're ready, kindly drop me your most favorite emoji. If you're ready for the panel session, kindly drop me your most favorite emoji so we can bring them on board and we'll enter into the session fully. Okay. Also, I can see Gladys, I can see Chyla, I can see Katnare, I can see Samuel. Samuel, welcome. I know you were here yesterday. I can see Adiola, I can see Melinda. One of our guest panelists also just joined, the John H.A. Good to have you here. All right. Okay, I think KC Factor is having a network issue and he will join in pretty soon. Yes, coach, thank you for coming. Well, I do not know why my video is paused on my end. I don't know if it is the same at your end. Oh, so you people are fighting for emoji now. Oh, Lord. Okay. Let me confirm. We have Dr. Nen, Dr. Amali, we have the John H. Forgive me. So we are left with 2 other persons, that is Tad and Casey. Casey will join right back in shortly. All right, let's begin right away. I would hand over the floor to, oh, the video is paused on your end. Let me Let's see. That has to be some network issues because I don't know what's going on with the video. But you can all hear me loud and clear, yeah? Okay, okay. We can skip the video for now. Hopefully you'll be able to see me before the end of the whole session. Okay, so I would hand over the floor to the John H. first because he has another session in a few minutes. So we can hear from him. Again, I said that we are discussing tonight the pivotal role of finance, of love, of health, of work, and of friends and social network in your becoming. Yesterday, we delved into the three phases of self-evolution, which is discovery, development, and deployment, and our speakers did justice to that. Like I earlier mentioned in this particular session, we would make both sessions available at the end of today's session. So don't worry too much. You will definitely get it. That I promise you. Okay, we have John Eche in the house, and I know that he's ready for us. I would like him to unmute himself now and give us. Oh, let me tell you something. We call him the money magnet. Okay, this man makes a whole lot, plenty money. Casey, welcome back. It makes plenty money online, and he will teach you on the importance of your personal finance in your becoming. Before he goes right up, I will just allow all of them to unmute themselves and say hi so that you can hear them. Dear speakers, I have unmuted you. John Ichik, are you there? Can you unmute yourself?
Hey, good evening. I'm Casey.
Oh,
good evening, Faye.
Good evening, Casey. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
All right. Dijon Eche, can you hear me?
Oh. All right. Good evening, everyone. I am so excited to be here. I mean, I've looked forward to having an amazing time with us. Thank you so much to our hosts. It's really a delight to be at MYE 3.0, and I know we're going to have a great time tonight.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for coming. Dr. Nen, I have just asked you to meet yourself. Kindly say hello to every one of us. Dr. Nen, are you there? Can you unmute yourself? Oh, I think Dr. Amali has network issues as well, so it's currently not in here. Dr. Nen, I can see you have unmuted yourself, but we cannot hear you. Okay, I guess she's having some issues with a sound, but I know she would resolve that soon. Most likely network. Okay, I think I heard. Can you hear me?
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay, sorry to ask. Is my sound loud enough?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I'm really appreciative of this opportunity. It's good to be here. It's good to be here. Thank you so much for the privilege. I was here yesterday and it was powerful. I look forward to today's session with the panelists and I know it will be awesome. Thank you so much for the privilege.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You need to see the way I'm smiling, but I don't know what's happening. Why is my video not showing? Oh Lord. I'm excited for today because the five of you are powerful. Oh Lord. All right, let's get straight at it. And we would bring Dr. This is a prophecy. Dr. John. First on board to give us just a 10-minute speech on the pivotal role of personal finance in your journey of becoming. I hand over the stage to you, Sir John. Sir John, are you there? I have just asked you to unmute yourself.
All right, thank you for the opportunity. Our time is not so elaborate. Please give me.
Whoa, network. Okay. I'm assuming you said we should give you some seconds because I can see you are now muted again. Okay, since Sir John is away, let's not waste so much time because we have
All right.
Okay, it's back.
All right. Sorry for that glitch. I was trying to prevent interruptions. Thank you so much for having me, Faisal, me, and the team at MYE. I have the responsibility of discussing on the role of finance, right? And it's a very dicey focus. It's a very dicey topic because a lot of people begin to fidget. A lot of people get very uncomfortable when you mention money, when you mention finance, because it's like a no-go area. It's like it's like, it's not something a lot of people feel they qualify or they have what it takes to, take on. So the pivotal role of finances in becoming your best self, this for me is one of the most strategic topic anyone can focus on when you truly want to be your best self. And the reason is simple. Money or finance is fundamentally one of the most important key players in everything that has to do on the earth, right? I would state emphatically before I move forward that what gives everybody an opportunity to be successful, what gives you an opportunity to have your fair share of the resources of the earth, what gives you an opportunity to be heard, to be seen, to be valued, is simply what I love to call your understanding of the ecosystem of value. It's called value ecosystem. Value ecosystem simply means your ability to solve problems is what determines how much life rewards you with the honor, the prestige, the money, the possessions, and all. Now, why I'm saying this is that amongst the many reward systems life has for you, when you begin to work towards becoming your best self, when you want to impact your world, you want to make a difference, one of the most pronounced reward system you would get is the system of finance, right? So you can see what human beings or what people value by seeing how much finance they invest in that direction. No wonder in the good books, it was said, where a man's treasure is, that's where his heart will be also. So you can see what people value by seeing what they do with their finances. Okay. So the pivotal role of finance in becoming your best self ultimately revolves around you understanding that it takes finances for you to operate the three major levels you need to be at in order to be your best self, from the phase of discovery to the phase of development to the phase of deployment. First, you discover yourself, then you begin to develop yourself. You cannot do that by assumption. You need to invest your finance to get superior, knowledge, superior experiences, superior platforms. For instance, we are at MYE because you invested a portion of finance to afford internet data, right? That alone can show you how pivotal finance can be in your journey to becoming your best self. That means if you do not put your finances right, there's a high tendency you are going to lack a whole lot of resources you need discovering, developing, and deploying yourself. As amazing as MYE is, it is only finding expression because the captain Selvolution discovered herself, developed herself, and she's deploying herself. That's why MYE was established. So you see that the role of finances can never be undermined. You cannot downplay it because it's outrightly one of the most important things you need in order to be your best self in the acquisition of knowledge through, you have to buy books, you've got to pay to listen to people share their own story when they align with yours. You've got to pay to learn how systems work. You've got to, pay your way basically into certain levels of information that is capable of helping your best self thrive. And I'll tell you the truth, nothing valuable on the earth is achieved without finances. Nothing. So the role of finance in becoming your best self still boils down to you having that first-hand understanding that, look, finances have to be in place. You don't want to be explaining without evidence. So the two that translate your explanation, we know you're an amazing person. We know your potentials are limitless. We know you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And that is true, no doubt. We know you have one of the best minds on the planet. We know you're a good strategist. We know you are highly creative. We know you have top-notch organizational skills. However, if you do not have the financial capacity, you cannot give that full expression. That's the truth. That's the truth. And if you want me to recommend how best you can put your finances together while you are maximizing your best self, I need you to begin by identifying the most pressing need you were wired to solve. What is the most pressing challenge you were wired to solve? What solution does your purpose bring you to solve? What is the most susceptible human challenge that you were wired? Is it through your voice? Is it through your writings? Is it through your skills, your certifications and all? Because if you are able to discover where your value or where your purpose can easily be deployed, then you can create a system around it. I have 5 ways I share with people so that they can, maximize while they are being themselves, while they are making impact, they can also make a whole lot of money. The first is that you have to discover what kind of problem your purpose wires you to solve. What is the thing the people you are drawn to complain the most about? That's the first thing. So since you've found your purpose, you have dealt on discovering your purpose, you are developing it, you've got to start looking for the questions people who you are wired to solve the problems for, the questions they are asking. What are they complaining about? What is keeping them up at night? You've got to be able to identify at least 3 of those things, but start with 1. The second thing is that you need to be able to provide an answer to the questions that they ask. Okay, you've got to be able to provide answers to the questions that they ask. How do you do this? You do this by acquiring knowledge. That's why you read. That's why you evolve your mind. That's why you send your mind ahead to the future. That's why you translate your mind from just being aware of the problems people have to a position where you can actually solve the problems. So you have to devote yourself to acquiring knowledge, how things ought to be, in contrast to how they are in the lives of people. You've got to take trainings. You've got to acquire relevant skills. You've got to put yourself in the mental environment that gives you an opportunity to actually bring these solutions to the problems the people your purpose speaks to have. That's the second thing. The third thing you need to do is you have to be intentional, right? You have to be intentional about packaging this answer you have to their problems. Everybody can speak, but not everybody is considered a public speaker, right? A professional public speaker is someone who has invested so much in learning the cons and pros of communication, especially in the public setting. So they can charge you 5 million naira to speak. The same words you and I can speak every morning, every afternoon, every evening is the same words a professional and a well-renowned public speaker would utter, and they'll pay them in huge figures. What's the difference? They have learned how to package the solution that they have to people's problem. So I'll take a quick recap. Number 1, I said you've got to identify the solution or the problems people within your space have. The second, you've got to find answers to those problems. The third, you've got to package that problem, put it together as a book, put it together as an event, just like MYE, put it together as a class, put it together as a program, put it together as anything. Just make sure you have a systematic way of delivering the answers to the questions people ask. That, my friend, is the only way you have an opportunity of being rewarded with finance if you offer it. I usually say this: everybody can give solutions, but only those who offer solutions get paid for it. Everybody can give solutions to problems, but only those who package, who offer solutions are paid. Nobody will pay you for giving. People will only give you appreciation. People will only give you thank you when you give them solutions. When you offer solutions, people will in turn give you money in return. Never mistake the two. Now, the fourth thing I need you to do is that you have to be aggressive in letting these people know that you have the solution to their problems. You cannot be the world's best kept secret. So in the great book, right, in the Bible, a very interesting account was recorded how that there was a dire situation and a poor man was the one who had the solution to the problem. Nobody listened to him. That's how important it is you put your finances together. And when you get in touch with these people, you've got to be intentional about selling the solution you have to their problem. These are 5 basic things you can work with. And no matter where you are, while you journey to becoming your best self, your finances would also continue to grow exponentially. Okay, so you now see the place of finance in your journey to becoming your best self. I hope you got something from this short session, and let me get your questions now. Thank you so much for having me, Captain Selvolution. It's an honor to be here. I'm really open for questions. Please let me know. I'm open for questions now.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach John. That was explicit, a lot in few minutes. Thank you so much. Your questions can now come in. So just permit us to go ahead because of time. And then we'll get the questions from them as we proceed. Is that cool?
Yes, it's okay. Very okay.
All right. Thank you, sir. That was beautiful. I think one thing that struck me is be very, very, very aggressive in letting people know the solutions you have for them. That struck me really hard. I'm like, you need why is I don't understand why my video is not coming on. I need you to see my reaction right now. I'm literally eating my head. All right, thank you so much. Did you get anything? Let me know what you got from this particular session. What stood out for you as in the comment section as I bring on board our next. That's not even 30 minutes. Favor, it wasn't 30 minutes. All right. Please let me know what is your major takeaway from this session in the comments while I bring in our next speaker, the KC factor. You see, this man, his relationship game is top notch. Oh Lord. You know, and the kind of relationship he have, I'm like, sir, are you not too young to be having this level of relationship with people? And his people are willing to go far. And he's also willing to go far for them. It's beautiful to watch him nurture his relationship with many people. He currently is the relationship manager. Is he relationship manager of Money Point? Don't enter his DM after now. Over to you, the Casey factor.
It really makes me laugh and it gladdens my heart that Faye that I know is really evolving by the second. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening,
dear host Faye. Good evening, everyone on the call listening. I am Kelechi Kelvin Ilodinke. I am popularly known by my self-branding the KC Factor. Long and short, I am that guy that used to fly Akara at University of Abuja, and I am that money point guy, the guy on flyers.
sir.
Or I am Mr. Afro, however you choose it. It's all good. It's all good. Thank you so much, the organizers of Selvolution,
Sorry to cut you, Mr.
MYE.
Casey.
Okay, I'm with you.
We would like to see your face if you can't show us.
Okay. I had explained to you, Faye, that I traveled to Eastern Nigeria, and I think there hasn't been power in the past 3 hours. So once the
Ooh.
power comes on, of course, I'll be so glad to show you my fine face. I'm a handsome guy normally.
Of course.
So
All right. Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
thank you so much, everyone. My role here is to discuss on the pivotal role of friendship, social network in building your best self. Uh, I'm a
Casey, if you can hear me, you are currently muted.
Okay, thank you very much. I think I mistakenly swiped. Please confirm you can hear me, Shay.
Yes, we
Shay,
can,
rather.
loud and clear.
Okay, so the topic again for me is the pivotal role of friendship, social network in becoming your best self. First of all, I like to start by saying or asking a question. Do you know yourself? How much of yourself do you know? And this brings me to my first point. But preceding that will be what friendship and social network really is to anybody listening on the call. Social network is a network of social interaction and personal relationships. Social network can also mean a dedicated website or other applications which enables users to communicate with each other by posting information, comments, messages, chats, images, whatever. So, but I really think that the social network we are talking about has to do with human beings and basically interaction as it applies to my duty tonight. So the first on my thought lines is get to know yourself. This brings me to what I'll call the three W's. For you to effectively network with people, socialize with people, do business with people, uh, have any form of relationship with people, you have to first of all ask yourself, where am I coming from? The first question. This question relates to your background, your ideological patterns, your belief, and all of those, both the ones that are intentionally inculcated and the ones that are unknown to you that you just grew up knowing. It's just like coming from a family where it is perceived that if you're eating food and you're drinking Coke, it means you're enjoying, for instance, you know, and that could be a big flex. And then when you get to some other places and you see that that's the daily stuff, you be like, oh, these people are wasting money. It could just be you. The second W is where am I? Where am I at the moment? What is my life up to? Who am I in the current situation or circumstance? What is my worth? What is the quantity and quality of knowledge I have as at now? Then the last is where am I headed? Where am I going to? What am I up to in 5, 10 years, in 15 years, in 60 years? Where? So it's about having to take cognizance of where you are coming from, where you are at, and where you are going to. If this is well done, it becomes no-brainer that you are over 70% very, very close to achieving the entire goal of becoming your best self. The next I'd like to point out is discern difference. And this will make me tilt towards the principle of honor a little bit. Ordinarily, people have different perspective of other people. They have perceptions of other people. They have a way they feel about other people. And this largely comes from a background. The background could be that of culture, it could be that of religion, it could be that of exposure, just name it. So basically, it's important that you discern difference. You've heard something growing up, you heard someone say, and that's why I just did like that. Nobody can change me. Oh. Small thing, I ain't the verse me, small thing. You know, one of those days I had asked a family member, why is it that it's small thing that is like, what a big thing? Someone now does big thing, you kill the person, right? And I think everybody really laughs because I just think that that person may not really be conscious of um that cliche or that choice of word. It's just something you grew up hearing. A small thing they vex me. I know they hear word, do I get coconut head kind of stuff. You get? If you discern difference, you will understand why you say some of the things you say, why you react the way you react, and all of that. And then you can easily know what triggers you. Same with the persons you are relating with on the other end. So discerning difference is going to bring me to the law of honor, for instance. I don't want to tilt so much in there because of the time frame and then the quantity of stuff I have to communicate. But then, have you ever seen that some persons, for instance, because they shared some level of um, sameness, same level of equality at some point in life, they never get to now understand that, oh, things have moved, people have changed, some persons are more relevant than the other. Permit me to use that word, but then that's the truth of the matter. So for instance, you could have your dad seated in the sitting room. You could have your dad seated in the sitting room, and maybe you're watching the television, and then he gets to cite one of his classmates he used to know. Let's say he's now a commissioner of something. So sorry for the noise in my background. I think my people just stepped in. But please still confirm you can hear me. Right?
Yes, we can without the background noise.
Okay, that's fine. So you could imagine that kind of scenario where you have that particular case scenario, and then someone is saying something like I used to know him back there. It's me and him that did primary six together, and oh, and then you watch that someone as mature as your father, for instance, now almost talks as though there's nothing special about this guy you are seeing on TV, and you know all your life you've not seen him on TV. That's your dad now, for instance. He just trivializes, and at some point you now ask yourself, oh, your dad, but you did your um marriage anniversary the other day. How comes if this guy was your classmate, why didn't he come around? If you watch, you'll find out that your dad's inability to discern current difference has actually robbed him of having that kind of person's presence in his program. And he would have cheaply gotten glory because people will be like, you know this man, this, that. The man may not give you 1 naira, but his presence will give you some level of security, even in that your town. That people will be like, oh, for this man to be able to pull someone of this weight, man, it means he's a lot. Maybe he's just hiding, and maybe that's not the truth. So that's said now. And I'm going to my next point, which is basically that people should learn more to listen than to contribute. So in becoming yourself, a lot of the information you think that you have is actually not true. Those that seem true to you may be what I call stale information. So something happened to me. I think about a fortnight ago. I was privileged to sit under Dr. PK Olakunle Shorian, and I was wondering I if I'm losing my understanding of the English language, because the man so shifted me in very unimaginable and unquantifiable way that I was wondering every single thing he communicated in that 3 hour conference were still communicated with the same English language I know, but then it felt as though they were totally new to me, as I was really forced to delete the things I thought I knew at the time. The information was so valid, so strong, so powerful for that season that ordinarily I could say, oh, maybe it's one of those things. Let me just stay and just write one or two. But I mean, I listened to somebody just almost strip me of what I think I knew, and rightly so. Rightly so. It was at that point I knew that, oh, no, no, no. Not everybody should just be listened to, or not everyone should talk and then you have something to contribute. It could just be that scenarios means that you will not have anything to give in return. So you will not have anything to give in return. You just listen. In listening, two things I think will likely happen. You will get new information. You may get new information, or you may get some validation of the already existing information you have. This makes you double or triple sure of that information. There's a saying that repetition is a factor of learning. So imagine you were asking, should I go this way or this way? And your mind is telling you go right, go right. And then you now ask two other people, they say, go right. It just tells you that okay, even if the road leading right is like 1 million miles away, you just know that the validation of these two extra persons that told you go right, for instance, tells you that okay, you still bust out at your desired destination without making a U-turn and reversing and going to save and redeem time and all. I'm moving to put in the work. That's my fourth point. Put in the work, and as well, I title it retooling. Every young person has to learn to retool. What retooling means is, it's true that people are admonished to be very hardworking. People are told that, oh, work hard, work hard. The sky will be your beginning point, or how do they say it? The sky will be your limit and all. But you see again, there's such a thing as working hard in the wrong direction. So imagine if, for instance, you have a dad who told you something like, while he was growing up in school, he focused on just attending classes, doing all his assignment as at when due. He just went to church, and that was all and all and all. That can be good news, you know. But the truth about it is that seasons and times are different, right? You may want to engage that because of the honor and some sort of result you think that that personality in your life, for instance, as I said, your dad now has, and then you will grossly fail in 2023. You have to discern when some tools you are using is very, very, very antiquated, really, really old, and doesn't work in the current time. It's just like, as I said, I'm currently in Eastern Nigeria. It's I think about 12 years I came here last, and I am seeing that the electricals in the house here, I can really see the wires running all through the house, despite some little changes here and there. Is it that these people don't know how to do conduit piping, where you just bury the wires in the house and have everything flush and look all nice? But then this sort of things. But you remember that at the time when this level of development was new, it was like the talk of time. It was the main thing. I mean, just have switch. And I wish I could show you videos if there was power. You see that the switches that turn on the light off and on is those very round ones that just look like a small, I don't know, someone can picture what I'm saying. And then you turn it on and then it gives one clip sound like that. And everything is just very funny. So what I'm saying is, you have to learn to put in the work, but while at that, you have to learn to retool. So what makes for growth, for instance, now, what makes for relationship and friendship right now is totally different from what makes for relationship and friendship in the 1990s. For instance, this brings me to my other point for the social network and all, and I think I'll be wrapping up with that. Social networking is now a very, very basic tool for friendship building and networking, as it were. But then again, while all of us are privy and have access to this tool, I really think not up to 20% of the entire young persons in this space know how to use it very effectively. So some persons come to the online space and just think that because maybe they are wearing boxers in their father's house and own the couch they are seated on, it means that they can just say anything in print or anything in videos to just anybody sitting on the other ends of the earth and then go scot-free. People that ordinarily they would not have the opportunity to even uh, stand close to their cars or even be around their vicinity if they were to be physically present. But then people just come to people's comment section and maybe leave one word comment or replies. So let's say I know some of the persons on this platform, this call tonight, follow someone like a sage like John Obidi, for instance. And then maybe after the very lengthy article written by him that's communicating very powerful tools as to becoming becoming your better self, you can just come there and randomly or casually put nice, good job, nice one. And then you wonder why nobody takes you seriously. Now, I'm not saying that you should now get very busy trying to overdo, but also it comes off the ambience or the atmosphere under which someone communicates something is also reflective of the person's personality, whether it is physically or in text. So there is this guy, for instance, that I had aided one time to offset his school fee and all of that. So, and then he wrote me this text message, and I looked at it and I didn't know when I had to post on my status that, okay, please help me, guys. Let's raise 100K for this guy. He needs more money in school. If you had told me a casual thanks, all for day for him, you guys explain entire evidence. No, if you call me, reach 10 years, I need to pick again. And you may think that I have pride. It's not pride, it's the human wiring, it's the human nature. So, long and short is, while we have access to people ordinarily, let's say you want to relate with Bishop Oyedepo, for instance. Let's say you want to relate with Davido, for instance. Let's say you want to relate with Wizkid. Just a click away, 2 searches away, you're already on any of their pages. The thing is, as much as you need their attention, there are 1,000,001 person, or possibly 1,000,002 persons that also need same attention. The question now is, what route are you going through? What route? And then, not just a one-off thing. What's the consistency in the route you've chosen? So there are persons that will always repost people's articles and write their own takeout or takeaways from it, come to the comment section and tell them how valuable that stuff. But don't just say things like, I got value. Waiting be the value now. Talk for English. Let's get to know the value. Don't just say I got value. What's the value? Because while you are buttressing the value you got from that write-up or from that video, whatever it is, someone else is also seeing point. And the person who actually initiated the post will feel like, oh, really? That means what I had to communicate actually sank in well. I also will be going towards chit chats in the workplace. As I rightly said earlier on by introduction, I'm a business relationship manager with MoneyPoint. So I naturally have co-workers or colleagues and all who are also of the same portfolio as me. In trying to build a niche for myself, even with the branding thing and advertorials I do, I knew that people will have to like me enough to be able to repost me for free. So I didn't come off as the guy who just comes to people's direct messages every morning and then post on there. Say, I bet post me, post me. I see people doing things like on their birthdays, they just send a lot of pictures to people's DMs and tell them to post them and all. That's really you not becoming. That's you going the very cheap route, and honestly, insult they follow that type. If it doesn't come now, it's just a matter of time. Get to create value so much to the point where people have to see the need themselves to be able to honor you by whatever route they choose to. So naturally, for workplace relationship and friendship building, I learned how to just not cross the door to my workspace or see any of my colleagues on the street and not say hello. I could be like, oh, how was the meeting last night, the virtual meeting? I loved your contribution on this. Whether I like them or whether I don't like them, I shall go talk something really positive. Please permit my pigeon. So it's a thing. The person gets to feel more valued. The person gets to feel acknowledged. The person feels that, okay, there's really nothing to. You'll be so shocked one day. There will now be something to have a poll on. Say, okay, will you vote for this person to be this or that, or what do you think about this person? And you'll be so amazed how, even through this, I was about to say simple skill, but through this skill, you will find out how you would have been able to beat religion bias in the workplace, ethnicity bias in the workspace, and all sorts of biases. The last thing before I give my parting words is, be comfortable with your confidence. Be comfortable with your confidence. Um, in the African space, you all will agree with me that we have a thing against people who are comfortable being confident. For people to shut them down, they come off as, oh, you are doing like you know too much. I know. If you really know something, please say it. Just that you have to pay attention to how the modus operandi via which you communicate that really is key. If you know something, say it. Say it in the best way possible. Apply some politics. This is where it becomes really, really important. And then, of course, I'm one of the persons that is very, very vocal when I say things like those within the church circle, for instance. I really need to learn a lot, politically speaking, as to apply to the everyday life. Everybody in the world actually needs that. Yes. It's just like telling two ladies, oh, you look so beautiful in this dress today. One will be like, oh, oh, the other will be like, so all this while you see me, I don't look beautiful until I wear this clothes. My people, my people. Last, you're responsible for what you say, not what people understand. Yeah. But you see again, if you are unfortunate to fall into that trap, you also have to find a soft landing. Find some kurukere movement that you can kurukere your way still back to their good side. It's key because someday, they say that what do they call her? The hen will come to roast, but you know, be so. So for my parting shot, guys, I have this question to ask you, and then I also want you to ask people this question. Do ask people this night by way of my assignment to you. Why do you follow me on social media? You can just post it on your Facebook wall. Ask people also to on your status, on your WhatsApp status. Ask them, why do you follow me on social media? You'll be so surprised. You'll be so surprised at the kind of responses you get. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Faye. I'm signing out. Casey here.
Whoa. Oh, that was a lot to take in at the time. Thank you so much, Casey, for sharing that with us. I think we should all do this assignment. Why do you follow me on social media? Okay, Dr. Neil has posted the question, so let me not do that again. Why do you follow me on social media? How many of you will do that after the session? How many? Dr. Nen says you will. I will definitely do that. I want to know why people follow me on social media. One other thing I took out from this session is you're responsible for what you say. You are responsible for what you say and not what people think. But again, we can't just open our mouth and spill nonsense because one day it will come back with them. And you make me remember this thing that we did when we were really little, shorthand. Anytime I look back at the poems I wrote, Facebook, when Facebook reminds me of these things, I'm like, did I write this thing? And to think that I can't even read it well and comprehend it myself makes me understand that it's important to be very meticulous about what I spill. Again, thank you so much, Casey Factor, for sharing with us the pivotal role of friendship and social network in your becoming. He mentioned three things to us for those of you just joining. First of all is, who are you? Where are you? And where are you headed? Three questions you need to ask yourself before you dabble into any relationship at all. I mean, French external relationship now. All right. Thank you so much, Casey. You can drop your questions in the comment section and then we will take them. Before I bring up the next speaker, Dr. Nenzaka, I'm aware that John needs to leave the call shortly because he has another session. If you do have questions for him, you can also drop it in the comment section. We'll get it across to him and get your answers for you. Can you drop me your favorite emoji if you are still on this call? We are about to dive into something very interesting. If you find love, oh, Casey is here. Casey, so your favorite emoji is love. Interesting. Or that is all right. While Casey was speaking, two very, very important persons in my life joined the call. First, my mom. And I'm just taking the moment to appreciate her for joining this call. She's been a very wonderful support since I was little. For those of you that were here yesterday, I shared with you a story of how people used to tell me that I was stressing my mom because I was only sick. But I know for sure that she's proud of me. Mommy, you pay for making you proud. It's not free. Thank you so much, Mommy. I love you. Thank you for all that you do and for all that you are to me and many other children out there. And then the second person that is so dear to me that came in is my best friend, Ayomide Akinshola, the money woman. Hey, forgive me, Ayomide Akinshola Marcel, the money woman. Thank you so much for joining this conference today. All right, let's have Dr. Nen now. Dr. Nen is a veterinary doctor and she writes a lot on relationship, marriage, love. Oh, she's goodness encapsulated in one body, in one soul. And we're going to hear her speak in the next 10 minutes on the pivotal role of love in your becoming. Me, I already have a question. As you are on your journey to becoming, dear Dr. Nen, is love not a factor that would affect greatly your becoming? Over to you, sir. Over to you, ma'am. Oh, I think I need to unmute you. Pardon me. All right, you can unmute yourself.
Okay, once again, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, I think I have to turn on my video.
See me. What's happening to my video?
So, yeah, I'm really excited being here. Seriously, thank you so much for the privilege, Captain Feisha Yomi. You've been a sister, you've been a friend, you've been an inspiration. Seriously, I'm grateful for the gift of someone like you, and thank you to Sir Casey and Sir John Iche. I've been blessed. Seriously, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the value you gave us in a few minutes. I'm grateful. I'm blessed. So for this session, I'm excited, seriously. So for this session, I'll be talking about the pivotal role of family and love in becoming your best self. The pivotal role of love and family in becoming your best self. So what is love? What is family? Is it really important? Like Captain has asked, is it important? Is love not a distraction? That's what we should be looking at as young people. So like for family, a family is a group of people, we all know that, united or related by blood, adoption, or marriage. That's what family basically is. So is family important? Yes, family is very important in becoming your best self. As young people, the one of the first places you get support is from family. One of the first places you get support is from family, because these are people that you've known, these are people that know you. And then, like we all know, the love of parents to children is something that cannot be overemphasized. It's something we can't overlook. Our parents have put in so much in building us. A lot of us were privileged to have our parents see us through school, see us through a lot of milestones in life. We were able to accomplish a lot because of the support we got from our families. If we are being true to ourselves now at this stage that a lot of us are in, people that have not made it, people that okay, sorry to say, have not made it, people that don't really have a stable source of income, so to say, We can say that where we can basically get support, financial support, is from family. In fact, some of us will now joke about it to say we fit get loan where we no go pay back from family. So we can see the importance of family in becoming our best selves. Our family is the place that we can need support. If you are sick, you need family to, I'm telling you, you know the importance of family. Captain was saying something about her mom being a huge support. Nobody will leave his job, his business to attend to you when you're sick. Very, very few friends will do that. But we have our families putting in so much to see that we become who we are. Some of us studied courses that took so many years. It was as though we wouldn't finish school, but it was possible. Our family was there to support us. But then there's an exception to the support of family. You know, like the case study of Joseph in the Bible. He was hated by his brothers. He was someone that was loved by his father, but hated by his brothers. So you can see that his brother couldn't have been a huge support in becoming, but because no one can determine a person's end except God. Joseph actually became what God wanted him to become. Look at the case study of David. David eventually became a king, but we were told that he was the one taking care of the sheep. He was the one taking the animals out for grazing. In families, it's not done. The youngest doesn't go out for grazing, he's the eldest, but he was the one doing that. You can see that in his family, he wasn't, he didn't occupy such an important role in such a family. In fact, when it came to the point that he was to be anointed king, his father even forgot that I had another son. They said, are these all your sons? He said, yes. So you can imagine someone coming from such families. So now, if you're from such a family, this is what I have to say. If you're from a family where you lack support, where the love that you ought to get from such a family is not there, you need a support group. You need a support group. Family, from my first definition, is not what a family must be. That is family as incepted by God. That is family that we didn't choose for ourselves. We found ourselves in such families. But now you can get a new family. Okay, how do you do that? As Christians, we belong to churches. If you are not a member of a church, get a Bible-believing church. Be a member of a church. Be committed in your church. Get a unit. Some people call it wing or a group. Participate. By so you become, you get people, you meet with people of like minds. This is a time to pick out your friends. You need to see, you need to get the right set of people in your circle so that you grow. In becoming your best self, family is important. If you don't get the support from your immediate family, you have to extend the circle. Even with that, you need a support group. You have a supportive family, you still need a support group. You still need a group of people, a circle of influence, people of like minds, people that are purpose driven, people that want to go forward in life. You need mentors in this journey of life. Your mentors can be a family. Your friends that are purpose driven, not as if Pastor Kim you say your drunkard group of friends. No, that's not what we're talking about. You need friends that are purpose driven, friends that have the same mindset as you, friends that will push you forward. You know, the thing is, we all have a different dimension of God in us. We all have a different level of influence. So when you come together in a place where you have people manifesting different levels, different dimensions of their God-given talent, you become a better person. In fact, that's how we get the whole armor of God. That's how we get the whole body. We have the eye, we have the leg. So you go somewhere where you are also relevant. You go somewhere where people point out your gifts. Some of us were in places where we didn't know we would do what we are doing. We didn't know some of the gifts we had. But because we are in places where people could point out the gifts we had, people could say, no, you can do this. Okay, no, you are better at this. It developed us. So why are you just there, not being involved? Get a place, serve. In becoming your best self, please be part of a family. Family is very important, not just the family we are giving birth to. That's not what we're talking about now. Get a family. If you're a student, get a family on campus, a school fellowship. Some of us started from there. It has helped us to groom us and make us who we are. We were so young, yet we were able to carry so much responsibility. And then you now see that, so I can do this. Some of us grew up being the youngest in our family, so there are some responsibilities that were not really given to us. But when we got to another place, and then we were given we were trusted with such responsibilities, it opened our eyes to realities. It made us realize that I can be a better person. So this is me, like, so I can really do this. Do you understand? Like, your eyes will be open. You need to go to places where people will point out potentials in you. So some people were privileged, their parents were able to say, oh no, this child can speak. This my son can sing. No, this my son is this. Some are not privileged to be there. So take yourself to a place where people can help point out the potentials you have. I think I've said so much about family. So about love. Is love important in becoming your best self? Is love important? Love is important. Love is very important. In fact, I said love is a relationship that involves a profoundly tender, passionate affection for another person. That's for the opposite sex. It's important, but there's a time for everything. That's where I want to dwell. It's important, but there's a time for everything. Don't choose too soon. That's what I want to say. Answering what Captain has said, don't choose too soon. Sincerely can be a distraction. I'm a witness. I can say that love can be a distraction when you choose too soon. And the thing about choosing too soon is that you won't even know who fits. You won't even know who fits. I was just looking at the life cycle of butterflies and from the egg to the larva, right? And then the pupa and the adult. The larva doesn't look anything like the butterfly. It doesn't look anything like the end. So some of us are in that stage, possibly will I now say the larva stage of your life, and you want to pick a partner. You want to pick someone. What are you going to pick? Are you not likely to pick an earthworm? Seeing that I think the earthworm looks something like the larva. Hope I'm right, Captain. Because if you are to pick, the butterfly has wings. The butterfly needs to fly. So the larva and the butterfly will not meet to even become mates. Some of us are in the larval stage of our lives and we are aiming at getting married to butterflies. It's not possible. It won't work. That's the truth. So now you need to develop yourself to a particular level. Just from the sessions we had you need to know who you are. You need to know where you are going, where you are headed. Where are you headed? You can't be confused about where you are heading, where God is taking you to, and then you are rushing into a relationship, and then you're rushing into marriage. No, that's not possible. You need to know yourself. You need to know yourself. You need to stay in the place of making. Stay and be made, at least to a particular level. Nobody's saying you have to be 100%. But definitely not 0% or 20%. Get to a particular level where it is obvious that this is where I'm going. For the ladies, you need to get to a level where it is obvious this is where I'm going. People have had issues in marriage because they went into it not even knowing where they are going. So when you get to the point that okay, they now realize, they now know where they are going, it becomes an issue. The spouse never, no, I didn't know you were going to become this. No, I didn't know you were going to become this, because they never saw any sign. So develop yourself to a particular level where even the person coming for you knows where you are headed. For the men, in fact, you get more attractive, both ladies and gentlemen, you get more attractive when you become. Look at the life cycle of the butterfly again. The egg, so I don't know. In fact, from the picture, it's like I'm not seeing very well. You just see that something is lying on leaves. Then the larva and the pupa. The pupa is even enclosed or in sorry, can you still hear me?
Yes, we can. Okay. Loud and clear.
Okay, thank you so much. So like the pupa is enclosed in something. Is it a cocoon? Is that what it's called? Or a sheet? Yes. Like that? So it's even enclosed. You can't even see any color. There's nothing special about it. But look at the butterfly. Oh my God. So beautiful. Look at the colors. I was going through this, and then I saw how butterflies pick mates. They pick by colors. That's for those that fly during the daytime. They pick by colors. They're attracted. They pick, see something. They pick by colors. And then for those that pick at night, they say there are pheromones. That's some of these smells, and then that's the little I can say about that. So you need to evolve. You need to become. You need to become, so that you know there are people that need wives, but not any type of wife. They need wives, but not any type of wife. They need to see your potential. They need to know where you are headed. A lot of people are serious about their life. Don't think young people are not. No, a lot of young people, really young people, are serious about their lives. So they need to know where you're headed. They won't just pick anybody. And one thing about evolving is that you become more attractive. You become more attractive when you evolve. Look at butterflies. Like I will still say that again. Look at the butterfly. You can't compare it to the egg, neither will you compare it to the larva, nor the pupa. It is so beautiful, and then we are all attracted to you when you see a butterfly. Oh, like as children, I think they say we used to do with our hands, I mean, to show butterflies or something. It's really lovely. So you can imagine, and then you want to remain an egg or remain a larva. No, please, you can't do that. You can't do that in becoming. So in becoming, just to answer Captain's question, you don't choose too early. Love can be a distraction for us as young people. Love can be a distraction when you pick too early. Okay, like this illustration now. If a child is to pick a TV channel now, a TV channel, we all now have cable, so many TV channel stations. If a child is to pick, I can bet you that that child will pick a cartoon station or channel. Okay, Disney, Junior, Jim Jam, and all those things. A child will definitely pick that. But give that child time. When that child wakes up at 20, 23, 30, you will make it will be a huge regret. You understand? How did I pick a Cartoon Network for my lifetime? No, it's not possible. So you need to ascend and get to a level where you know where you're going for you to pick a spouse, for you to pick someone you spend the rest of your life with. Very, very important. Shortly before I conclude, there's something about the pupa stage. That's the stage of transition now. That's when the butterfly is almost out. That's when it has developed, it has formed, but it is still enclosed in that cocoon. A lot of people are still at that level, at that point when it's not like they don't know what they ought to do. It's not like they don't know their purpose. It's not like they don't have a calling or something, but there's something limiting them. There's something holding them back. In like the case of the butterfly, it actually breaks through the cocoon and then evolves. It flies, the wings get dry and it flies. But a lot of us are still held back at that pupal stage. We are still okay. Thank you so much, Captain. Thank you so much. So, okay, like the pupal stage now, that's just before the adult butterfly you can see. A lot of us are held back at that pupal stage. A lot of us are held back at that stage. And what holds many people back is mediocrity. For some, is shame of their past. Some is doubt. Some is low self-esteem. So the question this evening, what is holding you back? Some people feel I'm not good enough. My background is holding me back. Where I came from, people have not evolved. Some it might even be a generational problem or maybe a curse. Something is holding you back. In my family, nobody has made money. That's still in the pupa stage, in the cocoon. Something has held you back. Something has held you back. Be it a generational curse. One deity somewhere has sat down to say, these people cannot make it. Some people, low self-esteem is holding you back. No, my people, we are the minority in my village. Some people are still held back by mediocrity. No. Like some of us now, that time we say, we cannot talk, we can't speak. I can't speak. People have said it even in scripture. I'm too young. Gideon said, I'm the least. My family is the minority, and even in my family, I'm the least. Gideon said that a lot of people gave excuses. What's your own excuse? What's your own excuse this evening? What's your excuse? When God created everything, He said it was good. He said it was good, but He still told Adam to cultivate the garden. If it was good, then you'd have been left like that now. So that's why we need to evolve to our best self. God made us good. We need to get better, and we need to evolve to the best. That is God's will for each and every one of us. I'll end with this story. It's the story of Pastor Sumbo Adeoye. A lot of us might not know her. She was the baby mama, as we'll call it, of Two-Face Idibia. She ended up with him as a young person. She said she lost her dad. Her mom was out of the country. In her words, she said, this was the only person that was showing me love at that time. You can see the reason why people can settle for less. He was the only person that was showing me love at that time. So she ended up being his baby mama and had 2 kids for him. But the striking thing about her story is she left. She left. She didn't remain in that cocoon. She didn't remain in that cocoon. She left. She broke out. She broke out. And now, like I said, she's Pastor Sumba Adeoye, married to Pastor David Adeoye. He's the general overseer of Royalty Christian Center. So you need to break out. You need to break out. You need to leave. Some of us are still held back by sin. Some of us are still held back by addictions. A lot of things are holding us back. You need to break out. You need to break out. You need to break out. That's what I want to leave you. That's my parting word this evening. You need to break out. You need to leave. You need to leave that life. You need to leave the pupal stage. In fact, if you are at the X stage, the larva, you need to leave. You need to be a butterfly. Look at how beautiful the butterfly is. Look at how beautiful the butterfly is. See, there's power in Jesus. If you've not come to him, then I think this is the time when you should come to him. See, there's power. There's power. There's power. Power is available. Power is available. New life is available. New life is available. That your eyes will be open. You'll be strengthened. There will be fire from the inside of you. There will be fire from the inside of you that you can't keep shut. You can't remain in that cocoon because of the fire that comes from the inside. It has really been a beautiful session this evening. I'm blessed. I hope everyone is blessed. Thank you so much, Captain. I'm done. Thank you so much for this session. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm grateful. Hope you are blessed. Thank you so much.
All our speakers are on fire this evening. Wow. I easily remember what Lyndon said in his session yesterday. He asked us if we would allow billions of people to remain in their problem if we do not act on the idea that we have. And many things, everybody disappointed me with regards to this conference, and it almost did not hold. Everybody except the speaker. So. And then you see, I almost gave up, but I'm glad that I did, because look the amount of light that we are getting from here. Thank you so much, Dr. Nell, for sharing that. I took many things. One of it is wow. Mediocrity holds you back. And then the second one is you get more attractive when you become. Hey, cha cha cha. And then you don't choose too soon. Don't choose too soon. Don't choose too soon. I do have questions for the three speakers that have gone ahead. I thank you, Dr. Lynn. Thank you so much. We would actually entertain questions right now. If you do have questions, kindly drop them in the comment section. I have three questions here that I would ask our speakers right away. Again, like I said earlier, this man has to be a doctor. The John Eche had to go because he also has another engagement right now. He's currently in that meeting. And Dr. Amali just was here earlier, but it could no longer be part of us because it was called at work, emergency. You know, this doctor life it's crazy, but I promise you I would get him to do a brief session, and then we would get it available to every participant of this conference. Likewise, Tad, the brand, who is supposed to talk to us on the pivotal role of work, career, and business, is also unable to join because of Nigeria's power issue. I mean, she's been struggling with it all day, and it's currently so unfruitful. Please pardon them and pardon me as well. We're sorry, but we would definitely record the session for both of them and then get it across to you as soon as possible. It's been a very, very wonderful session tonight. Our speakers have said things that feel like the normal, they feel like the usual, but they are very basic and very fundamental, things that we often overlook, but this is us reiterating again that these things are important and we need to begin to take them serious. I would, in relationship. Oh, is that the high phone? Is that Dr. Amali or Tad? Okay, great news. Tad! Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. She was able to join with one of our devices. Okay, so let me not waste our time. Let's give her the next 10 minutes to talk to us on the pivotal role of work, that is your career and your business in you're becoming. One thing with this woman is that she is an accountability coach. She gets you to do what you always want to do that you are struggling to do. It's beautiful. She has many expressions. One that is well known is the Tad's Kitchen. Ha! Tad shawarma. If you are in Jos and you have not taken Tad shawarma, you are wrong. You are 100% wrong. Because people in Lagos have eaten Tad shawarma. You like this, you have not eaten that. God will help you. I hand over the stage or the mic or the everything to Tad to speak to us on the pivotal road of work in your becoming. Over to you, ma'am. I've just asked you to mute yourself. I hope you can hear me. Oh, great.
All right. Hi, everyone. Good evening. And thank you so much for having me.
We love your voice.
So since I have, thank you. Thank you so much for putting this together. So, real quick, since I was given just 10 minutes, let me just go right into it. Pardon me, I don't have a lot of English to speak, so it's not going to be like that intense. So I am glad that most of the speakers have already emphasized the need for us to know ourselves. Like in your journey to becoming your best self as it pertains to your business and your career, you must know yourself. Nobody knows you better than you know yourself. Like that's the most important thing first. And then the second thing is you must know your why you're doing that business, why you're in that career path, what you want to get out of it. Your why must be clear. So if you're here and your why for doing what you do is not yet clear, you need to go back to the drawing board and then just write this big why in the middle of the board and try to trace why you do what you do. For me, I say it all the time, my why is my family. I do all that I do for them because I want my mom and my siblings to have a better life. And then the third thing is invest in yourself, skill up. You cannot be in business and do it with the knowledge that you currently have alone. It is not possible. You must be willing to invest in yourself. And thankfully, we're in the age where information is free. We're in the age where the University of YouTube is at our fingertips. There's nothing you want to learn about your career or your business that you do not have easy access to. You must be ready to skill up. There's no option to it. Like I'm currently taking an IT course and someone will wonder, you are in the restaurant business, you are an accountability coach. Okay, so how are you in IT? But I know my why. And I know that for everything to be married together, I have to skill up. Okay. And the next thing is start where you are. And in starting where you are, start from a place of integrity and maintain it. not mean that because you started from a place of integrity, as you grow in your career, as you grow in your business, you start to compromise on integrity. You're going to lose focus and you're going to lose relevance real quick. In your business and in your career, it is very important that you under promise and you over deliver. Show diligence and resilience. Like the good book says, if you see you a man that is diligent in their works, they will stand before kings. They will not stand before mere men. Diligence and resilience. Whatever work is given to you, either in your office, whatever your place of business, whatever it is you found to do much more than you have been asked to do. Whatever it is that your customer expects from you in your business, do much more than they have asked you to do. Change your mindset. Change your mindset from one that thinks just locally and start to think with a global mindset. So basically what I'm saying is think locally, act locally, but think globally. Whatever you're doing, look at what other people in other climes are doing and find how you can apply it where you are. Just because there are high standards that are not applied in Nigeria currently, it does not mean that you cannot apply those high standards in what you do. That's where the difference is. Next thing is, don't be arrogant. Yesterday, I was at an event where I spoke about the arrogance of youth, and I think it's timely that I emphasize this again. Us being in our youth makes us quite arrogant to think that we have the power to wield time. We see young people die every day, and they are not prepared because, of course, no one wants to die in their youth. The typical Nigerian, when you tell them you're going to die, the response is God forbid. But there's no single one of us, none of us that is going to leave this world alive. We do not know when we're going to leave. So there's a potential in every one of us that the more we waste time, the more the possibility that we will die with that potential untapped. So don't be arrogant to think that there is time. Start where you are and start now. Time is not yours to wield. And in this line, I want to tell you that there are destinies that are tied to yours. There are people that would not have an opportunity to become until you become your best self. So there are destinies that are tied to yours. Life is not just about you, unfortunately. Just the way that you have people that you look up to, that inspire you and make you want to do more. There's someone that needs you to be that person for them. So stop being selfish. In your business, in your career, just know that there are destinies that are tied to yours. Whatever you choose to do, be hungry for more. Whatever opportunity you get, be hungry for more. Just keep striving to do more. Just be hungry for more. Do more, do more, do more, do more. For as long as you have blood in your veins. The thing with humble beginnings is it never ends. Once you overcome one humble beginning, the next chapter of your life will give you another humble beginning to start from. So it never ends. And then finally, I just want to say, there is absolutely nothing that you decide that you want to be intentional with, that you want to give it a certain period of your life and you would not get results from it. So if you want to skill up, like I said, if you decide that, oh, from January, February, and March, I'm just going to dedicate to learning data analysis, I want to dedicate it to learning marketing, I want to dedicate it to, because you choose to be intentional about it, it's not possible that it will not give you results. So in your business, in your career, please be intentional and very, very consistent with your growth. Because if you're not learning, you're not growing. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate this opportunity.
Wow, that is too much in in a very few minutes. Thank you so much, Tad, for sharing that with us. One thing that I want
Thank
to brood
you.
over is humble beginnings never end. And it retraces the metamorphosis cycle that you are at your best now, but there's a better person that can emerge from that your best. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I appreciate it. So if you do have questions, everybody, can you drop that in the comment section right now? Right now, now or never. If you do have questions on social network and friends, if you have questions on relationship, if you have questions, I mean love and family, if you have questions on finance, if you have questions on work, kindly drop them right now. It's been a very fantastic session. Let me know in the comment section what you have taken out of today's meeting. Confirm that you are still here by dropping one major thing that you are leaving this meeting with. Okay, while I wait for you to type that, because you have to type, well, that's how I will know that you are here. Is anybody here? Can you hear me? Absolutely rewarding. Marshall says it's absolutely rewarding. Thank you so much for that feedback. Thank you. You are not learning. If you're not learning, you are not growing. That's from Anita. Okay. Okay. More, please. More. And those of you joining from Facebook, you can drop yours as well. We would read them out loud here. Kindly pardon me, I'm trying to switch my devices so that you can see my face at least for a few minutes. I wouldn't know what's wrong. Why this thing decided I to not show you my face. Okay, I don't think I can pronounce this name. Dimisit. I hope I did not murder your name, but if I did, please pardon me. She says that be hungry for more. Be hungry for more. Be hungry for more. One thing again that I am taking out of third session is destinies are tied to mine, and there are people who cannot become until I become. There's people that cannot become butterflies until I become. And like we shared yesterday, the potential principle, until I am a butterfly that pollinates a flower, seeds might not be generated. Right, I think you can all see me now. I just switched to my phone so that you can confirm that you can hear me and you can see me. Confirm that you can hear me and you can see me. Let's finish this session as soon as possible. Okay. If you don't answer me, I know that you can hear me. All right. So again, thank you to all our panelists. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much for joining the session tonight. So I have a question for KC Factor. Let me confirm that he is still here. Okay, KC Factor. Let me ask him to unmute himself.
Very much alive. Yeah.
All right. I have a question for you. So you did mention that we need to learn to honor people. And my question is, how do I honor people and who do I honor? Do I honor just people who are older than me? Do I honor people who are in higher position? Who are the people that I should honor, and how can I honor people?
Honestly, the answer to that will be honor all men. That sounds simple and at the same time ambiguous. But this is it. In as much as I'm trying to toe that line of being a nice guy, can you really, really honor all men? That's a big question again. So this brings it to seeing the need. What there are different factors that will aid you discern the need to honor people. I know sometimes too, permit me to say, I may come off as being controversial, but honor also can be circumstantial. If it were not so, why didn't you bother saying, good morning, sir, how are you doing? How's your family? How is this? To that bike man that carried you from your estate or from somewhere like a fortnight ago? Then, if you were that very important, why didn't you? So the truth about it is that we see people in perspective, we see them by what they are up to and the value the offer and the value they can offer in the future. But then the big thing is, I keep saying, right? The kings that are responsible or that will influence our rising tomorrow, they're actually not kings yet. They're just mean men on the road. So a lot of persons cannot actually see the kings in them yet. But then it takes much more consciousness, some great level of discernment, and some level of, you being serious with life to be able to understand that, okay, there are persons around you that will grow up with you, become those kings that will make recommendation of you tomorrow. The big question is, at that point where they now become relevant, hope you are not out of relevance in their sight. So basically, for the honor, I believe that we should honor all men, but strategically, we can also focus on honoring people that have not risen as a segment, honoring another set of people that have risen. It comes off as natural that whether you like Tinubu or not, if anything takes you to the villa, you address him as Mr. President. You come off as foolhardy or a stupid person if you go there and start saying LP 75, LUP 76. You won't really be. I can imagine you smiling. It may feel like passion, but this passion will take you to jail easily. And forget about whether it's morally right or wrong, but it just comes off as someone who is not wise. So for honor's sake now, there are people that they're already in positions you can do nothing about it. It's not off of place for you to accord them their respect and all. You may not really agree totally with them, but for position's sake, you don't argue some things, you just decide within your mind. So for the honor generally, I say honor all men. But within you, you now know how to partition it. Because if two persons send you right now, two persons you feel you should honor, chances are that you accept to deliver for one person before the other. What makes the difference? Only you as an individual can answer that. Thank you, Faye.
Wow, thank you so much for that awesome response. I'm taking from that your response to honor all men, regardless of whatever level they are right now. Thank you. I also have a question for Nen. Again, if you do have questions, please kindly drop them in the chat so that we can ask our panelists. Dr. Nen, if you're there, I am asking you to mute yourself.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, great. So you did say that we should not choose too early because there's a time to choose.
Yes, I did.
Is that correct? Yes. So
Yes,
now
yes.
my question is, how do I know when to choose?
Okay. So okay, thank you for that question. Already smiling. Thank you for that question. So okay, how do you know when to choose? Okay. There's time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. So the time to choose is you choose when you're ready to choose, actually. You choose when you're ready to choose. And like I said, you choose when you get to know yourself. There's a point you get to in life that you know yourself. You've discovered yourself as a person. There's a age of there's the age of understanding, the age that you get to that there's an age that you get to that you know, not okay because people see that okay you've grown. No, you know that you have understanding. You understand things, you understand times and season. That's the time to choose now. And then about not choosing too early, it's not about the age. It's not about the age. We've had people getting married so as young as 17, 18. Okay, our parents now got married much earlier during their time. But in our own time, yes, I think it's getting it's not as early as their own time. But it's not a factor of age, it's a factor of understanding. You need to have understanding of what you're going into. And then, like, from our context now, is by becoming who God wants you to be, is by becoming what you should become. So do you have understanding of who you are? First of all, you should get to a level where you have understanding of yourself. We can attest to the fact that the child doesn't have the understanding. So do you understand yourself enough to know who fits? That's the question. So how do you know when to choose, or how do you know who to choose? You choose when you understand yourself. That's when you know who fits. It's not okay, the guy has money and okay, I've picked him. No, it's not. And then for the men now, oh, she's beautiful, I've picked her. No, it's not. Do you understand yourself? Do you know where you're going? Okay, for the young men now, do you even know where you're going? So how do you know who will be a helpmate? You don't even know where you're going. Some young men are confused. So how do you know who to pick? So it's not a factor of age. You need to know where you're going. You need to know where you're going. Very important. But you need to discover yourself to even know where you're going. That's actually very important because okay, like this illustration that was given some time ago is that okay, some of us now maybe okay, it might be about the color. Some people want to pick by color. So if you need let's say if you need they say okay, if you need a red shoe now, okay, the lady you are picking should be a red shoe, right? Okay, then you go to the market looking for a red shoe. You go looking, but because maybe your attention might now shift from the shoe. You need a shoe. It's not even the red you need. That's what you should know. It's the shoe you need. It's not the color. But you go now to the market and then you see a red shirt and you pick the red shirt because of color red instead of picking a black shoe. Shoe is shoe. Once you put your leg inside, it's a shoe. It will serve the purpose. But because you don't even know where you're going, you don't know where you're going. So you pick anything that feels like it, anything that talks like it. No. So about picking, not picking too early is not a factor of age. It's not about your age. It's about your level of understanding, self-discovery. Have I discovered myself enough to know who fits? That's the question that should be in your mind. Have I discovered myself enough to know who fits? Because if you don't know yourself, I wonder how you know who fits. So have I discovered myself enough to know who fits? Who compliments me? Who do I compliment? Who can I help? Some ladies don't have the capacity to help certain men, and they've gone ahead to marry such men. Okay, they don't even know themselves. They don't even know their capacity. You don't even know what you can do. So you've gone ahead to marry somebody you can't help. Thank you so much. Hope I've been able to answer that.
Oh, yes, you have. Thank you so much. Everybody, you heard that clearly. Do not choose until you understand yourself. If you are always confused, please, before you choose, understand yourself. Very important. Thank you so much, Dr. Nen, for sharing that with us. Let me also confirm that Tad is here because I have a question for her as well. Yes, she's still here. I'm asking her to unmute herself.
Hi, Faye.
Yes. So you mentioned that we need to know the big why we are doing what we are doing, or the why you want to do what you want to do.
Yes.
Now, my question is really, how do I now know what to do? From your story now, you said the person or the people, your big why is your family members. You want them to have a better life. How do I know what to pick? How do I know the career path to follow or the business to start? Should I just start something because they say, okay, this thing brings a lot of money or is selling right now, or whatever?
So we're in this era where to get urgent 2K that you could easily get before, it's not so easy anymore, right? We'll all agree that that uncle or auntie that would have given you 5K just because the chances that they would still be able to do that is quite slim. So whatever you find to do right now, whether it is what you are passionate about or you're not passionate about, do it. Whatever your hands find to do right now, even if you do not yet know your why, just make the need to survive and not die of hunger. Let that be your first why. As you grow, your why can change. And then as you're growing and the opportunities that you get to do things come, they would also change. And then you get to know the kind of things you enjoy to do better. You get to know the roles, the career path that you'd enjoy. You get to know that, okay, I've tried selling beans. I don't think I enjoy selling beans. I want to start selling corn. Do you understand? So for right now, if you're someone who has not started in a career, if you're someone who has not started in a business, anything your hand finds to do right now, do it first so that you will survive. Do you understand? So that hunger will not buy you before you are able to understand what you need or what you are truly called to do. So that's just my response. Can you hear me? Hi, Faye. Can you hear me? Am I the only one here?
No, I can hear you. I think she has an issue with her network or something. She's out.
Oh. All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Can you hear me, everyone? Can you hear me? Okay, thank you so much, Tad. Thank you so much, Ma, for that answer. So let's hold on. If there are more questions, you could just drop them on the chat while we wait for Captain Selvolution to join us. Okay, I think she's here.
Yes, I'm back. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. Welcome back.
Nigeria is after me, but I will run and it will not reach me. Thank you so much for standing in for me, Dr. Nena. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I was responding to Tad. Thank you so much for that. Whatever your aunt finds to do, please do it well. Urgent 2K don't scarce, guys. It don't scarce. So whatever it is you find yourself doing now, keep at it. If you have not found your why, strive for it as soon as you can, and then plan your transition. Don't just leave. Don't be too, what's the English now? English I do. But what I mean to say is, don't just get at it. Get out of whatever it is you're doing now, with hope that the next one will do better, without planning a transition. Transition is important. Plan a smooth transition. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Tad. Thank you so much to all our panelists. Again, I apologize on behalf of Dr. Amali Josh. He was supposed to talk to us on the pivotal role of health, physical health, in your becoming. There's one thing I used to say, or I told myself this year, and you see, I'm looking really beautiful these days. It's because I took breakfast for how many months now? Since March, I've been taking breakfast before 10. And I'm so proud of myself. Atomic habits working. I just feel a lot better health-wise, and I look a lot better than I used to. Of course, I'm not as chubby as many people want me to be, but then I look better, I look healthier, I feel healthier. I don't know who that is for, but if it helps you, good luck. So again, this is me saying a very, very big thank you to all our panelists. Thank you to all our speakers who were with us yesterday and all our participants. If you did not sign up for this conference, you will miss out on a gift that we have for you. And that gift is to help you know yourself. It's like a part of the Me Meet Me system that we shared, or we said we spoke about yesterday. I would share with you the life assessment wheel, so you can assess the current stage you are in life right now. And you can also get to know yourself better by taking some psycho personality test. It's very important that you know yourself. You also understand yourself. There are two things: knowing and understanding yourself. And a lot of things are there for you to know about yourself. You need to, like we shared yesterday, you need to know your makeup. Your makeup includes your interests, your talents and abilities, courses that you are attracted to. You need to know your audience, your scope. You need to know the importance of your experiences. You also need to know your core ideology, as I shared yesterday. I'm unable to use my laptop. I would have shared the slide I shared yesterday that includes a slide that once you pick it up, you can know that this is facial. You can tell that this is facial. And you see, that document has also helped me to assess myself, to know where I am at and if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So we would share with you a free gift from us to help you understand your makeup, to help you understand your core ideology, which is your mission, your vision, and your core values. Every other thing will be included in the Me Meet Me system. And of course, that's not for free. You have to do it yourself and do it with us model. You would also get a mail from us in that regard. Now, the thing is, this free gift, you are only eligible for it if you are in the ant chamber. And you can only be in the ant chamber if you sign up for this conference. If you sign up, then you would see the link to the WhatsApp group. If you are not in that group, I'm sorry, you won't be able to access our free gifts. Yeah, we are being that meticulous because it's a lot of value and we do not just want to throw it out there to just anybody. Okay, we'll need to wrap it up here. I want to appreciate everybody for staying through to this point. Thank you for attending MYE 3.0. Thank you for being a part of the success of this particular conference. We appreciate it a lot. Dr. Nen, we appreciate you. The KC Factor, we appreciate you. Tad, the brand, we appreciate you. The John Eche, we appreciate you. Lendon Tunchama and Jonathan Nisa, we appreciate you. Dr. Amali Just, we appreciate you. And we pray that that patient that you need to, or you are currently attending to, gets the quickest recovery in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Thank you, everybody. We would have to end the conference right about now. But before we leave, I need you to please go follow Tag the Brand on all social media platforms. Follow the KC Factor as well. Like I said, Tad has a kitchen, and then she's also an accountability coach. Currently have, I think the next course is coming up really soon. Please sign up. Just check her out on all social media platforms. You will definitely find that. And then KC Factor is into events planning and cleaning as well. Please go check them out on social media as well, the KC Factor. You would find them and see what they're doing. And I actually think you should follow KC Factor as well and see the way you nurture his relationships. I feel like it did well today, but you would not understand how much this man puts into relationship until you go check him out. So please go check the KC Factor out on all social media platforms. You can also check out Ember's epistle across all social media platforms as well. She writes on relationship, on love, on purpose, on marriage. At least this is a proof that relationship is so important. All those of you that believe that there are only fake people in this world, go and find yourself. Go find yourself. So please follow her on all social media platforms as well. And then the John Eche brand as well is also on all social media platforms at the John Eche. He is an online business consultant, and it teaches people how to make money online and how to retain that money. So you can also follow him, follow him across all social media platforms. Same as Dr. Josh Amali. And then you can follow Lendon Tuchama across all social media platforms as well, and at Jonathan Issa. Jonathan Issa is the lead reader of iRead Nation. You currently have the iRead Up that houses over 400 readers, and it gets people to read minimum of 50 books in a year. And we have results, right? And we are rightly represented in 12 countries at the moment. So yeah, please follow all our speakers and our panelists, show them some love, let them know that you got something from their sessions during this conference. Make them happy, make them proud, okay? And make yourself proud too. I want to leave you with this quote by James Clear, because why not? Everything you do, every action you take is a vote for who you are becoming. I take that again. Every action is a vote for who you are becoming. Thank you so much. We are ending it right here. See you at MYE 4.0 November 2024. Cheers, everybody. Bye for now.